Picture this. You're offered a guaranteed $10,000 or a risky shot at $100,000. What would you choose? It's a classic financial dilemma that tests your appetite for risk against the lure of a sure thing. This is not just about money. It's about understanding the stakes, evaluating potential rewards, and making informed decisions. It's a dance between fear and ambition, certainty and chance. So are you ready to take the leap or play it safe? Let's dive into this conundrum and weigh our options. So what exactly does this dilemma entail? Well, imagine having a guaranteed $10,000 in your hands. It's real, it's tangible. You can feel the weight of the potential it holds. $10,000 may not be a fortune, but it's a substantial amount that could significantly impact your financial situation. You could use it to pay off debts, invest in your future, or maybe even splurge on something you've always wanted. The security it offers is undeniable. It's a safety net, a buffer against financial uncertainties. The key word here is guaranteed. There's no risk involved, no chance of losing it. It's yours to keep, no strings attached. Now let's shift our gaze to the other side of the coin. A whopping $100,000. That's 10 times the guaranteed amount. It's not just a substantial sum, it's potentially life-changing. It could catapult you into a different financial stratosphere. You could invest in a new business, buy a house, or secure your retirement. The sky's the limit. But here's the catch. It's a gamble. Unlike the surefire $10,000, this $100,000 isn't guaranteed. It's a chance, a risk. You could end up with a windfall, or you could walk away with nothing. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff with a sea of opportunity on one side and a chasm of loss on the other. So the stakes are high. On one hand, you have the security of $10,000. It's a modest sum, but it's certain. On the other hand, there's the allure of $100,000. It's a dazzling amount, but it's uncertain. It's an all-or-nothing game. Now that we've laid out the stakes, let's explore these options further. It's a classic case of risk versus reward. Now, this dilemma is anchored on two key principles in financial decision-making: risk tolerance and reward potential. Risk tolerance is an individual's willingness to endure financial uncertainty with the hope of gaining financial rewards. It's like a personal thermostat that sets the level of heat, or in this case, financial risk you're comfortable with. Some people can withstand high levels of risk for the possibility of high returns. They're the ones with a high risk tolerance. Then there are those who prefer to play it safe, even if it means potentially lower returns. Their risk tolerance is low. Now let's consider the potential rewards of each option. If you take the guaranteed $10,000, you've got a sure thing. No risk, no uncertainty. It's a safe but lower reward. On the other hand, if you decide to take a chance at $100,000, you're embracing uncertainty, but with the potential for a much larger reward. However, the inherent risk here is that you could walk away with nothing. This is where the concept of risk tolerance comes into play. If your risk tolerance is high, you might be inclined to take the chance for the larger reward. But if you're more risk-averse, the guaranteed $10,000 might be the more appealing option. So what about the middle ground? Those who are neither too risk-averse nor too risk-tolerant? Well, these individuals might consider factors such as their current financial situation, their financial goals, and the potential impact of their decision on their overall financial health. Remember, taking on more risk doesn't necessarily mean more reward. It simply means the potential for more reward. And that's a crucial distinction. The financial world is filled with stories of people who took huge risks and reaped huge rewards. But for every success story, there are countless others who took big risks and walked away with nothing. So how do we make an informed decision in this situation? Well, that's where understanding your own risk tolerance, assessing the potential rewards, and weighing the inherent risks come into play. And that's what we'll delve into in the next scene. The moment of truth, making the decision. It's not just a matter of rolling the dice and hoping for the best. No, this decision requires thought, strategy, and a thorough understanding of one's financial goals and current situation. Let's start with financial goals. Are you saving for a house? Planning for retirement? Or perhaps you're looking to start a business? The answer to these questions could steer your decision. If your goal is long-term and you're not in immediate need of cash, you might lean towards taking the risk for a bigger payout. But if you're saving for something more immediate, a guaranteed $10,000 could be just what you need. Next, consider your current financial situation. If you're struggling with debt, that guaranteed $10,000 might look rather appealing. It's a bird in hand, a sure thing. On the other hand, if you're financially secure and can afford to take a risk, you might be tempted to go for the $100,000. But what about the risk factor? Everyone has a different tolerance for risk. Some people thrive on it, while others are more cautious. If you're the type who lies awake at night worrying about money, the safer option might be the best for you. But if you're comfortable with uncertainty and can handle the potential loss, then why not take a chance? So what's the verdict? If it were me, I'd consider my goals, my current financial situation, and my tolerance for risk. Given that I'm a bit of a risk taker and my financial situation is stable, I'd opt for the chance at the $100,000. Why? Because I believe in taking calculated risks. I understand that it's a gamble, but with careful planning and a bit of luck, it could pay off in a big way. And there you have it, a decision made. But what's next? This exercise wasn't just about choosing between $10,000 and $100,000. It was a journey into the heart of financial decision-making, a deep dive into the complex world of risk and reward. The dilemma we discussed is a microcosm of the choices we face every day when it comes to our finances. In the grand scheme of things, whether you choose the guaranteed $10,000 or risk it all for a shot at $100,000 is a decision that requires a careful evaluation of various factors. These include your risk tolerance, financial goals, and the potential outcomes of each choice. It's about understanding that every decision, no matter how big or small, carries a certain level of risk and reward. Risk tolerance, as we discussed, is how comfortable you are with the possibility of losing some or all of your initial investment in exchange for higher potential returns. It's a deeply personal factor that varies from person to person. Some of us might be risk-averse, preferring the safety of a guaranteed return, while others might be risk-takers, willing to gamble for the chance at a larger payoff. Financial goals are just as crucial. Are you saving for a new home, funding your retirement, or simply building a safety net? Your goals will significantly influence your decisions. If you're aiming for long-term financial stability, for instance, you might be more inclined to take the guaranteed $10,000. But if you're in a position to take some risks, the chance at $100,000 might be more appealing. Finally, it's important to consider the potential outcomes. What happens if you lose? What happens if you win? Remember, every decision has consequences, and it's essential to be prepared for all possibilities. So the next time you're faced with a financial decision, remember this exercise. Reflect on your risk tolerance, consider your financial goals, and evaluate the potential outcomes. Make an informed decision. Remember, every financial decision you make shapes your future. So, what would you have done in this situation? It's a question that can ignite a myriad of responses. Each one of us has a unique perspective, shaped by our experiences, our dreams, and our fears. In the realm of finance, these perspectives can often mean the difference between taking a calculated risk or choosing the safer path. Now let's imagine this scenario. You're faced with the same financial dilemma, a guaranteed $10,000 or a chance at $100,000. What factors would you consider? Would your risk tolerance sway you towards the potential six-figure reward? Or would your financial goals guide you towards the guaranteed $10,000? There's no right or wrong answer here. The beauty of personal finance is just that. It's personal. What works for one person might not work for another. And what seems like a risk to one person might seem like an opportunity to someone else. But remember, an informed decision is a powerful decision. The more you know about your financial situation, your risk tolerance, and your financial goals, the better equipped you are to make decisions that align with your overall financial plan. So share your thoughts, share your perspectives. Let's learn from each other and grow together on this financial journey. Continue the journey of financial learning by checking out more of our videos. Until next time, keep making informed financial decisions.